welcome to Roll with Advantage. My name is Alan and I'll be your DM for this season. We'll be playing 5th edition Dungeons & Dragons, and we have a party of 6 players. We have Tinuvial, a female wood elf cleric, who's an ex-guard sword of the Waterdeep Watch. Next, we have Minette, an old gnome scholar who is an inventor and artificer, one that hails from the Blackstaff Tower, who was forced from the tower by Lyriel Silverhand and decided to create an adventuring party for hire that would help him gain the real-world experience those from the academy so demanded. We have Iver, the other gnome of the party, who is a mischievous bard who woke up in Baldur's Gate about 15 years ago. He cannot remember much of what happened before that, and he has spent that time roaming the Sword Coast looking for a family, eventually ending up in Neverwinter and finding an old friend. We have Ban, who is a monk with a haunted past. He speaks very little of the circumstances leading up to his monkhood, and to all appearances, Ban is a blind man trying to atone for his past mistakes. In his training, he has found a hidden power used to strike against all who would seek to take advantage of those less fortunate. Chanton is a half-orc who retired from the hard life of raiding. He found religion in an abandoned elvish temple and spent most of his time finding a love for making stained glass windows and finding inner peace. One fateful day, Chanton was returning from hunting, and he had found that hoodlums had broken all of his precious windows and defaced the temple. He is now hunting for those who had destroyed what he loved most in this world. And last but not least, we have Keo, a Selgrin kobold from the north who has inherited an old spellbook. He's in search of answers about the book and about the location of his father, who he thinks is a great metallic dragon that resides in something called the Emerald Enclave. Our cast will be introduced in more in depth throughout the rest of this season. In this season, the party will be playing through 2 pre-made campaigns, both published by Wizards of the Coast. The first part will mainly take place in a small town called Phandalin, the centerpiece of the Lost Mines of Phandelver campaign. The town is found just southeast of the coastal city Neverwinter. After our players have finished with the Lost Mines, they move on to the epic journey that takes place in the Storm King's Thunder campaign. Our first session was not recorded, but here's what happened. In the city of Neverwinter, Minette founded the adventuring group, the Order of the Obsidian Flame. He recruited the party over a few days. Soon after finding the 6th and final member of the group, Minette was approached by a dwarf named Gundren Rockseeker and his human bodyguard, Sildar Hallwinter. Tinuvial recognized Sildar as a decorated fighter in Waterdeep's Griffin Cavalry from her time in the Waterdeep Watch. Gundren offered the eager adventurers a small job to escort his supply wagons to the general store called Barthen's Provisions in Phandalin. Gundren also took a cleric of Helm who is very partial to alcohol and has been recently cast out of the temple in Neverwinter and forced to make a pilgrimage to a town hundreds of miles east of Neverwinter. After half a day of riding, the troop breaks for lunch. Gundren opts to ride ahead with Sildar, as Gundren was very excited to get back to Phandalin. The party traveled for another day following the trail of Gundren. They came across an ambush site after a tough-fought battle with some goblins, just to learn that Gundren and Sildar had been abducted. Keo starts to fillet the deceased goblins to make jerky, while the rest of the team pumps the 2 surviving goblins for information. Minette finds out that the dwarf and human were taken to a nearby hideout, and Chanton persuades the goblins to lead the way. After being shown the way to the hideout, the party fights to find Gundren and Sildar. Only Sildar is found, though. Soon after, the party finds and kills the leader of the raiding parties, a large bugbear named Clark. Within Clark's den is an extremely large cache of stolen goods, stamped with the Lion Shield Coster's brand. Now, to continue the action. Last we left it, you guys were in Cragmaw Cave, and you killed a bugbear named Clark. and you found...
Sucker club.
Yeah, sucker club. You guys found a cache of stolen materials.
You found cash?
Yeah, you found cash too. A ton of copper and some silver and stuff like that. But you did find loads and loads of just material. All the crates and barrels and stuff like that, they have a blue shield stamped on them with a cutout of a lion on the inside of the shield. Eifer, give me a history check, please. You would potentially recognize this.
4.
4. Nope.
I know history. I've been to school for a while.
Okay. Yeah.
18.
18. Yeah. You recognize this possibly from Waterdeep or on your travels to Neverwinter. This is the crest of the Lion Shield Coster, which is a chain of outfitters, basically, for not just adventurers, but they do sell adventuring gear. This is clearly stolen from that chain. You also found some leftover bits pointing towards like a dwarf being a prisoner for a short while, and you also found Sildar, which is the companion to Gundren, your employer. Sildar gave you a brief background of what happened to them. He told you guys that Gundren and his brothers had found Wave Echo Cave, and he is intent to see that Wave Echo Cave becomes a live mine once more and kind of brings prosperity back to Phandalin. And he really is intent on you guys finding Gundren. So, you guys have a cart of Gundren's goods still way down south by the path. You have the information you just got. So what would you guys like to do?
Onwards to Baldur's Gate.
Baldur's Gate! Oh!
No.
Gotta find Gundren.
I imagine we finished taking the stuff to the town.
Yeah.
Let Gundren's brothers know. Didn't he say he was going there to meet them?
Yep. So, yeah, okay.
That sounds good to me.
So you guys, did you guys want to do a long rest while you're here?
I think we ended with a long rest.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you guys took a long rest and kind of recouped. When you guys leave, you guys see ropes hanging from a tree, and they're broken off. They're not cut; they're broken off, frayed at the ends and stuff like that. The two goblins that you guys hung up in the tree aren't there. Yeah.
I investigate the ground underneath the ropes where there was a bunch of shattered glass.
Okay.
with my mace.
All right.
I'm going to make a survival check to sniff for the smell of owlbear.
10. To
10?
investigate. Yep.
With the 10, you can tell that there was some form of people that came through here. You're not quite sure what it was. It's almost like a scuffle happened in the area. That's really all the information you're getting from that.
Okay. Do I find the shards of broken glass for my mace there?
Yeah,
Okay.
yep. They're stomped into the ground.
Alright. I
Yep.
try to collect them and cast mending.
Okay.
Maybe create my mace.
Yep.
Cool.
Yep.
That's a lot of casts and mending.
Yep.
Yeah.
Do I smell any owlbears?
At a what?
At a 6.
At a 6? Nope.
At
Not
least
at all.
there aren't any owlbears.
Yep, there are none around. You guys can kind of pick your way back to the trail that you were coming in through on Tribord Trail. Who's leading the pack?
I'm not the most perceptive.
Bon and Tin are just hanging back. They're kind of versing with the cleric that you guys have been rolling with.
Are they sipping from his flask?
Yeah, yeah, basically. Yeah, who wants to lead the group?
Well, feeling good after, just surviving my very first battles ever.
Metagaming, I have a passive perception of 10.
Okay.
So, I totally take the
Noted.
lead.
Okay. All right.
I'm gonna be right behind Kyo.
Okay.
I lick
Yeah.
my claw. I think it's this way. And I start north.
North. Okay. So you start heading north. Make me a survival check, would you, Keo?
11.
11. Yeah, you start heading north a little bit, and then you start to realize, like, this is kind of the way we came in.
That's into the cave.
Yeah. And you start making your way back. You guys eventually find the trail you guys were coming in on. It wasn't too hard. The hardest part, though, is that the trail is windy, and it kind of like splits apart and comes back together, and it goes off into different ways, kind of as a defense.
Did we mark those traps?
No.
Or at least remember where they were?
Wait, we said traps?
I would.
There's a pit trap.
They didn't get marked.
Oh, the traps of
The traps that we were
I gotcha.
led around.
Yeah.
I know the pit would be the first one we'd hit.
I mean, I think my character would, Manette would think he would know.
Sure. Yeah, give me
Intelligence checks.
an intelligence check.
That's bad.
I have Featherfall.
Good thing you're leading.
Give me that. Good thing it casts on a reaction.
5.
No, nope. You feel a little cloudy on that.
You tried D20. You tried.
Anyone else I care to try and remember? I mean, I could.
The fact that I actually forgot,
And your character's name is I Forgot. I remember at an 18.
And an 18? Yeah. You remember it's somewhere around here. Make a perception check, please.
Uh-oh. Perception checks. My only weakness other than mundane weapons.
And big creatures.
Yeah, 4.
4.
seeing Kyo kind of start looking around.
Yeah.
Hey, Kyo, what you looking for there?
Yeah.
Are we trying to get back to our carts?
There was an immense pit here. It
He's-
was at least like this big.
I
really don't remember walking past a pit.
You can assist him, so go ahead and roll with advantage, Kyo.
Alright.
Yep.
Yeah, you don't remember how your people stole Kurilamex. Either.
Throwing the racial shit at him.
Yeah.
8? Okay. You don't see it, and well, you do see the pit, just the business end of the pit.
You're falling into.
Yeah, you start
Okay.
to fall.
I burned my 2 sorcery points that I gained.
Okay.
Turned them into a first level spell slot,
Okay.
which I used to cast Featherfall as a reaction.
Okay, sounds good. So you
I
don't
just use one of my spell slots, but
You
Yeah.
could have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
that's cool. Because all I do with second level sorcery points is turn them into spell slots. So
remind me, Featherfall. You would take like no damage, right?
yeah.
Okay.
And I cast it on
slowing
all
down,
of
too.
us. We
Okay.
all fall slowly.
Yeah. It's
but I'm the only one on the pit.
Yeah. It's a 6 foot wide pit.
As a reaction to
Yeah.
seeing him fall, since I'm right behind him, can I reach out and try and grab him?
Yeah, absolutely.
I would just. I start to float like a feather.
Yeah.
That would be
You're flying,
a
Kyo.
athletics or
I'm real drunk.
Dexterity.
dexterity.
Yeah, just flat things.
13.
13. Yeah, you're able to grab him, but there's like hardly any weight in your hands.
I mean, that's just him normally.
Yeah. Yeah. And you're able to. You don't even need to make a strength check. You're able to pull him up just
Okay.
fine.
There's the pit.
Yeah. He's hanging
I
in your
told you it was around here.
Yeah. So the pits all collapse. It's about 10 foot deep. It's a pretty deep pit. You guys narrowly dodged it.
Although if I remember right, the way it's written, the pit is shallow on one side.
Yep. So you can walk out of it.
Yeah.
It's more of like for the fall. Yep. So,
Do I notice any travelers down to the bottom of the pit?
what's that?
Do I notice any bodies of travelers in the bottom of the pit? Bones or anything of that like? 16.
Nope. This pit doesn't seem like it's ever really been used. It seems like this is probably the first time it's ever caught something.
Yep.
It works.
It works, yeah. And so you guys start making your way down the trail, making sure to follow the way that you guys came in. Theo, are you still taking the lead?
Do you guys let me?
Yeah, I'm still like really
You're
close
doing a
behind.
great job, Keo.
You got this.
Keep it up.
All right. I
So-
jump up and click my
If I
heels
was a
together.
bard, you'd be bardically inspired.
Keo's loving this because he He wants nothing more than to impress his friends,
Yeah, yeah.
showing he's a woodsman extraordinaire.
So Keo's marching off down this trail, and just as he goes to take his next step, Eifer stops him. You see like a little thin wire on the ground. It looks like the trap that got pointed out to you by the goblin when you were coming back, or when you were going towards Cragmaw Cave. What do you want to do with it?
Oh, okay. Okay, you almost tripped the wire.
Would a 10 see the wire?
Yeah. Yep.
Oh. I start looking where it goes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so the wire itself, it's a small trip wire, and just on the other side is a similar thin wire shaped in like a loop, and you can follow it over the ground, and it goes up a tree. You think it's a snare, and when tripped, it would lift you up into the air.
Try to disarm it.
Yeah, absolutely. Give it a try.
I can disarm it. Just need a stick.
23.
Yeah, you totally disarm it. You're able to cut the wire, but hold. You figure out that the wire would snap back, and that's what would drop the counterweight. You're able to hold it and slowly lift the counterweight.
I'd probably have him lift the counterweight.
Yeah.
Hold this.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, let me.
Get dragged away by it. You guys remember that's pretty much all the goblin pointed out to you on the way down the trail. It really wasn't that dangerous of a trail. It more relies on its maze-like nature. You guys get back to the Tribor Trail, and the horses are still there. They seem, if horses could, they'd look pissed. They're pretty hungry, and no food got left for them. But they are thankful to see you guys again. So you also can easily see that your camo that you guys use, the branches that you broke and laid over the cart, it doesn't seem disturbed. It doesn't seem like anybody found it.
Is my goblin jerky done smoking?
It's burnt to a crisp. I guess it wouldn't burn because you've got it high up and it's smoking. It's dried out.
Yeah.
You can give it a taste.
Oh, I'll give it a taste. Constitution save. It's a 14, by the way.
Yeah. It's not bad. It's
Not bad. All right.
That's probably some of the better goblin jerky that you've had.
Yeah.
Maybe a little less smoky flavor. If someone had attended it,
Exactly.
it'd be awesome, but
Yeah.
still quite good.
Yep.
Needs a little cumin.
Needs a little cumin.
Spice?
If you guys remember, the priest that you guys, the priest or cleric that you guys were rolling with, his name was Sylvarin Loonshark. Or Loonshank. Loonshank. I always want to call him Loonshark. It's so... Loonshank, he doesn't even miss a beat. He starts untying the horses. He's getting them set up.
Look for some oats.
Keo, roll me an intelligence.
Intelligence. Oh, I'm smart today. 19.
You're thinking and you're like, oh, oats. I bet there's some in the wagon.
Well, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. And you do. You find a few bags of oats in there.
Any feed bags for the horses, or
no, there's no feed bags in there.
medieval societies don't have feed bags, probably.
Yeah.
That's more like urban horses.
Right. Yeah, those are privileged horses. Yeah, but you guys are able to feed them if you'd like.
I take out 2 giant handfuls of oats, more than any horse could eat.
Yeah. You got your little cobalt fistfuls. Make me a dex check.
Oh no! Just like Dex or like a Dex saving throw.
Dex saving throw.
It's the same anyways. It's a 15.
Okay, yeah.
I'm not proficient in that one.
Oh, that's fine. A 15's more than enough. The horse, it's like it's eating, but it's a little too hungry. So, you gotta snap your hand back before those teeth come in on your hand.
So I assume the horses and I are friends again.
Yeah. Yep. Tin goes and grabs the other two horses while this is all happening and hitches it up to the other wagon. You follow the trail going east.
Okay. As we start riding,
Yeah.
I'm gonna sit next to Bon, and about 10 or 15 minutes into the ride, hey Bon, I don't think I ever told you this story. It had to have been probably 2 or 3 years after I'd been wandering about, and I'm gonna pull out that book that I just found in the cave.
Yep.
And I'm gonna start reading him the book as if it was something that happened to me.
Okay. Yeah. You start as if it was that happened to you.
Yeah, as if it.
Okay, so you're reading it in first person.
Right. Yeah.
I was born a small orcish lad.
Yeah, a small, poor orcish lad.
About dredged.
Yeah. A drow now.
I'm listening transfixed.
And Bond's doing the same. He doesn't seem like he's buying it, but he's really enjoying the story, and he's like appreciating that you're trying to entertain him in some sense. He seems a little disjointed from the group, a little concerned, and it's weird because he hasn't been saying much. But that's pretty much all you guys can notice so far. So you guys head down the trail, listening to Eifer talking about his glorious tales of killing a basilisk and
In the Underdark.
in the Underdark, and how he met this fantastic society of Sivnerblin and
Feblin.
that's
Feblin.
Feblin. Yeah, it's like Smurf, but with an SV instead. Yeah. You listen to the story about the deep gnomes
The
and
cave of smorgasbords.
yeah.
Should roll a stealth check on your page turns so that Bond doesn't hear you reading.
Yeah, absolutely.
You just wanted that to be I actually think that'd be a sleight of hand.
Yeah, I'd take a sleight of hand.
19.
Nat 1. He has no clue where the story is coming from, but you're definitely not reading it from a book. So, but yeah, and you guys are actually all getting pretty engrossed in this. Those of you who can see can definitely tell he's blowing smoke. He's doing the bard thing and telling stories that aren't his. And but it's really engrossing.
Bards do.
Yeah, it actually it kind of eats up a lot of time on the trail. It was a great way to pass the time, and all of a sudden, you guys show up to the fork in the road that heads south to Phandalin. You travel for a little ways further, and you come to a hillside, and just as you crest the hillside, the rutted tracks that you guys have been following, they flow into this town. Would you flip this map? This is the town you see. You come in from where Victor's sitting. So yeah, you guys are coming in from the north. And you see this this very small frontier town. All of the buildings here are think of them like a Western type building construction. So it's all rough cut wood, very dry.
Well, it's built on the ruins of an older town.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
yeah. It's very dry. These houses they're the kind of houses that you can almost see into because of the cracks between the wood. It's those kind of constructions. This town has this
metropolis.
yeah. This town has this like feeling of ancient construction around it. There's like a wall that circles the city, and near some of the buildings is foundations left over from the previous city. It's all crumbling and it's just in ruins. Some of these buildings are actually built up on top of some of this old foundation. When you guys move into the center of town, you pass by a smithy. The first building, in fact, you come to, there's a small sign sitting out front, and it says Barthen's Provisions, and that's where you guys were needing to go.
We should probably go there then.
Okay.
Which building is that?
The red one.
The
Nope.
top of the
Up top, right there. Yep.
just
Like
the,
right before you leave town.
Yep. Yeah, it's a large building with a small hovel attached to it on the end. You guys going to talk to him? Mm-hmm. Alrighty. Inside this.
is there like a counter or anything?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like ding the bell.
Yeah, that's actually when you guys enter, it's pretty empty. You hear a little bit of talking in like this back room, and there's this L-shaped counter right in front of you as you enter the open area. There's a little bell on top that you could ring.
Yeah.
You want to ring it?
Yeah. I'll make a athletics to climb up. My nails scratch, but my athletics is -2, so that's a 1.
Okay.
I see him struggling, and I just pick him up. I just drop him his cloak.
Yep. Like you start like clawing at it, to get up, and you're leaving some marks, and the orc comes over and picks you up and puts you right on top of the thing, and the bell goes off, and you hear from a back room. You say, "Oh, hold on, one second. I'll be right there."
Now, when I ring it a little too enthusiastically, like ding 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 ding.
Yep. I said I'd be right there. One second, please. You see this human come out from the back. He's an older gentleman. He looks like he's in his 50s. He's got he's kind of got gray hair with like one of those balding rings.
Like me.
Yes, like you. And
I was bald.
and he bends down like below the counter to like talk to some people. This counter is about 4.5 foot tall, so it comes high up on the chest.
Oh, no wonder I couldn't climb up there.
Yeah.
I'm a little dizzy from the height.
And he kind of like leans over the counter to look at the small party. Everybody else is out in the carts. They're watching the goods. He says, "Well, what do we have here? What can I do for you?"
Well,
We're here on behalf of Gundren.
A Rockseeker
Oh,
and his brothers were supposed to deliver these goods.
yes. I've been waiting for you. Where is Gundren?
good question.
You might want to get his brothers. We have some news.
Oh, I haven't seen his brothers. They're due back any time to resupply. What seems to be the problem?
I think Beth's not told for the moment. Maybe we should wait for his brothers to arrive. I think that might be best.
he says, well, I hope nothing bad happened to him. Says,
I hope the same.
Yeah. Where's Sildar?
He's out in the cart.
Out in the cart, but no Gundren.
We should wait for his brothers.
Maybe Sildar should explain.
Yeah,
The DM's trying to dissuade him.
Where's Sildar? I was told that Gundren told me that he was enlisting a man named Sildar as protection.
You going senile, old man? We already told you he's outside.
Oh, yeah.
I'll go get him.
Okay.
I walk out and I come back with Sildar by this cloak.
By his cloak, you just like drag him in. Yeah, Sildar's still fairly weak. Even with the healing and stuff like that, he wasn't fed well. Not being fed, he was just fed bad things. He looks like he probably has like food poisoning.
You know what cures food poisoning?
Goblin jerky. Sildar kind of walks up to the counter and he shakes Barthen's hand, and they start to have a conversation between the two. And Barthen keeps like looking at you guys, and then like looking at Sildar, and kind of like inspecting the situation. He almost doesn't believe what's going on. He knows Gundren to be a fairly hardy dwarf, and he seems kind of surprised that something would happen to him like this. He knows about raiders. These raiders have been plaguing the town for a very long time, but it's kind of one of those things like you never think it happened to you. He kind of like looks down and gives that like moment of pause, and he puts his hand on Sildar's shoulder, and then he looks back at you guys and he says, well, that's quite a tale. Gods, I hope that Gundren's still alive. I'll be sure to tell his brothers as soon as they come back to resupply. Well, I believe I do owe you all money. And he reaches down. He goes down below the counter, and you start hearing like bags jingling, and he tosses out 6 bags, 1 bag to each one of you, and then hands the other 2 to Sildar.
And look in my bag.
Yeah. Inside you see 10 pieces of 10 gold pieces.
Nice.
It's as promised by Gundren. He thanks you for getting the horses and the provisions back to him.
Hey, Mr. B, while we're here, can you exchange copper for gold?
Oh, I could exchange a little bit, but the place you probably want to do that at is at the minor exchange.
But I'm already here.
Yeah. I know. I really don't make that much money. This gold was left by Gundren. And the town only has a few prospectors that come in and out buying provisions, and quite frankly, other than the bad luck that the Lion Shield Coster has had, they were running me out of business.
No, he's the general store, right?
Yep.
I asked him if he has any healing kits in stock.
No. Oh, right, the kit. I'm sorry, I'm getting old. I thought you meant potions.
A little bit senile.
Little senile.
He's admitting it now.
You know us humans.
No, I don't know humans.
And I really haven't seen one like you before, Lizard. What are
He
you?
has a name.
Yeah.
Lizard. That's his name, right?
No, my name's Chio.
Chio.
And Kyo, yeah. He reaches, like, he has to, like, way bend down to, like, shake your hand. Nice to meet you, Kyo.
I'm Dragonkin.
Dragonkin. And he kind of gives you, like, that parent talking to child thing where it's like, oh, that's cool. You sure are Dragonkin.
No, I meant his father. Like, he really comes from a dragon.
Roll deception for me.
Oh, speaking of colds in general, but yeah.
That one.
But he's like, he kind of eyes you as like, okay.
Sure, buddy.
Sure, yeah. I bet. And he goes...
He thinks you're playing into the delusion. Of
Yeah, absolutely. He's like... yeah, he says, yep, I've got this healer's kit, if you'd like. And then you were asking about exchanging gold, or for gold. The miners' exchange is just south. Follow the main road through the town, and it's just past the woodworker's shop. It's a big blue building. You can't miss it. It's right at the head of Miners Trail. Well, can I get you folks anything else? I've got rations. I've got jerky. I have.
I've got jerky.
Try and sell him your jerky. Don't tell him what it is.
No. I worked hard for that jerky.
Oh, can I get some rations?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
I'll buy 4 rations.
Yep. Well, I mean, those rations, they're pretty big for a kobold.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, DM, can I have lighter rations? That's where the whole, like, size...
Yeah, it's a little disproportionate.
We have,
Or maybe the kobolds...
maybe they eat more because they have quick metabolism.
Yeah, their metabolism's faster. Yep. So...
Before we move on...
Yep.
I did complete my bag of holding as we leveled up.
Yep. Okay.
And I'd like to roll on the minor properties table.
Okay. Yeah.
Since it's my own creation, can I roll twice and choose which one I want?
Sure. What properties are you rolling on? What? Because, I mean, they've got good, bad, what?
The minor property.
The minor property? Oh, okay. Okay.
I mean, I can't really...
Yeah, sure.
These two are pointless because...
Right,
I made it.
You made it. Yeah.
They're of gnome make with gnome.
Yeah.
And the history is it was made by the gnome.
Sure.
8 and 9.
Same damn thing.
No. I'll go with the hidden message one. It's either a hidden message or a key to unlock a chamber.
Nah. That doesn't make sense for a bag.
Yep.
But...
Yep.
Okay, so what is it?
A message is hidden somewhere on the item. It might be visible only at certain time of the year, under the light of one phase of the moon, or in a specific location.
Would you like to talk about your secret message? Because you would put it in because you made it. So
it would be pointless to talk about a secret message. No, wouldn't it?
Sure.
It's just debug messages.
Yeah, David.
In the moonlight, it says "made by."
Yeah. Branding.
This bag belongs to me. Please return to.
Yeah.
Extra dimensional space goes on the inside.
Warning: do not place it in portable hole.
Oh, really?
It's Heward's Handy Haversack or the portable hole.
Really?
Warning: do not place this bag in other bags.
Basically, don't put an interdimensional portal into an interdimensional portal.
Yeah, that's the rule.
Extra dimensional spaces do not mix. For your safety.
Great. For your safety, warning label. Okay, yeah.
It's going to say
Not responsible for
property
trips.
of Menet and Merneg
Okay.
if it's ever 60 feet away from me.
Okay.
Wait, it does what?
It shows the message property of Menet and Merneg. Please return to Blackstaff Academy if found, if it's 60 feet away from me.
Okay.
If you have a bag of holding, would you mind carrying my rations?
Sure. All right.
You have now become the mule.
Yep. I am the mule.
So how a bag of holding works in this setting is you have to put your hand in there and think about the item, and then it'll come to your hand basically instead of opening it and it's just like a giant purse.
Retrieving an item from the bag requires an action.
Yep. But
If
but
the bag
it's
is overloaded,
text.
pierced, or torn, it ruptures and is destroyed.
So I guess
Contents are scattered in the astral plane.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we can find them.
Yeah, don't blow it up. So, anyways, does anybody buy anything else?
20 pounds in your bag.
Does he have any like panes of glass?
I mean, in the windows. Yeah.
I don't think he'd sell those though.
Nope. Probably not.
Might
You
get a
can
little
try.
bit cold here without it.
Yeah. Okay.
That's
So
just half my equipment weight. You don't have any carry that. So.
he says, well, before you leave, there's a few things you should probably know with being new in Phandalin. One thing is, you should probably stay away from the sleeping giant. There's a band of ruffians in town called the Red Brand. They like to cause a lot of havoc, and I would suggest staying away from the sleeping giant or the sleeping giant. That's their watering hole. Plus, it's a complete dive, kind of nasty.
Is there more than one tavern here?
Yeah.
Obviously.
Yeah, you can get drinks at the.
Just stay away from the only one here.
You can get drinks at the Stonehill Inn. That's your best bet.
I asked him if he's interested in buying a tinderbox.
A tinderbox?
Look at this. It's an excellent make.
Yeah, sure. Let's see. And he
values.
what's that? Yeah. He inspects it. Let's see.
It was given to me by a nice man.
he
you didn't give it to me, did
you? No,
Okay.
no, I didn't give this to you. He looks it over. He says,
It's not stolen.
I'll give you 2 silver pieces.
Okay.
All right.
Sounds good to me.
And he leans over, shakes your hand, and
I'm like, one for each hand.
yeah. And he pats you on the head, and he scoots back, and he
I realized I can make fire.
He turns over his shoulder really quick. He says,
I realized I can do this.
fire's coming out of your mouth while you're pushing down on your head. He turns over his shoulder and he goes, Thistle! Ander! Come in here, boys! And you hear these
Ander.
trumping, you hear this tromping footsteps running in from the back.
He wouldn't be Landerbarth then, would he?
Nope, not at all. These 2 dwarf heads are just cresting over the top of this desk. He says, "There's 2 carts out there. Go unload them, and bring all the provisions and start loading the shelves." And they're like, "Yep, no problem, sir." And they go out and start doing that. He looks back to you guys and he says, "All right, well, if you have no more business here, I'm sorry, little one."
You said the name of the tavern to avoid was the
Sleeping Giant.
Sleeping Giant.
Yep.
The one that we should go to.
Stonehill Inn.
Stonehill Inn.
Yep. That's actually probably the best place for you to rest your heads. And Sildar he's nodding his head. He says, "Yep, that's what Gundren said. I plan to get a room there."
And where could we find Lord Elbrick?
Lord Elbrick. Well, he has not been in town for a long time. So, Lord Elbrick and Sildar is kind of he crosses his hands and he leans against the counter, and he's kind of facing you guys, listening to the story, and kind of dreading the recounting. More of like being sad. And Barthen says, well, a long time ago, Lord Elbrecht came, and he said he was some representative of the Lord's Alliance, and that they wanted to help get Phandalin back on its feet. And he was here for a little bit, and he started snooping around up at the Trestor Manor. I'm sorry, that's my old man-ism. The Tresendar Manor. Yeah, that one. And it's just out east of town. It's on a big hill. You can't miss it. There's ruins. It's in ruins. And he went up there one day, and he never came back. Some people looked for him, couldn't find anything of him. Everybody in town just kind of brushed it off and thought he left. At that end part, Sildar kind of like is looking down and he shakes his head. He says, I really don't believe that part.
About leaving town?
He would not leave his post. He is not that kind of a wizard.
Why exactly was he up there to begin with?
Oh, I don't know. You know them wizards. They do their own thing. They're up looking for things and down. I don't have a clue why.
Like I met a wizard once. He was looking for bat guano for no reason.
They're a weird sort.
Yep.
And Sildar addresses you guys and he says, well, I'm going to head off to the Stonehill Inn and try to get myself a room. I'd like to have some good food, rest my head. I suggest you all do the same. We've kind of been through a lot.
Well, what time is it? What time did we arrive
during
in
the
town?
day? You guys came into town late evening. So it's getting
Okay,
it's like pink outside. Like the sun's just getting down to the horizon, or just touching the horizon.
So we were on the trip here most of the day then.
Yeah. It took you guys a good portion of the morning to get down the trail back to the Tribor Trail, to where you guys found your carts, and then it took the rest of the day to get to this space.
Okay.
He had mentioned the Lion Shield Coster
Yeah.
with the Business 900. I asked him if he knows where that is, because we found some stuff that we think might be theirs.
Oh, I know where that's at. And he goes, look in the town square. It's the big blue building. You can't miss it. They got a stupid sign out front. Listen, if you guys need things, come to me. I'll take care of you.
What?
They're a chain. They're a big box store. They're not going to be willing to deal with you. If you need something, come talk to me. I'll help you out.
I could use some swords.
I don't have swords, young one. But if you need anything, packs, pittons, anything for mining, let me know.
Do you cook?
Me? I mean, I can't. I heat things up, yes. I would not consider myself a chef by any means, but I can survive.
I think I might want to talk to him about, teaching us some things about jerky.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Jerky.
My jerky's perfectly good.
He says,
I pull
well,
out some wet and gamey jerky.
it's kind of green, like it's got that green sheen to it, and he kind of looks at it, and he does not have a good look on his face. He says, "Well, I'm no expert at jerky. I surely could show you, but really, if you're looking for someone to teach you about jerky, you should check out. You should talk to Edermath. He used to be a adventurer, and I guarantee you, he's made a fair bit of jerky in his long life."
You said his name was Edermath?
That's his last name. Yep. His I would suggest addressing him properly.
I think
But
I'm done with my goblin jerky.
okay, and but if his first name is Duran.
And where can he be found?
Oh, he's just north of town. The first road you come to when you're coming into town, go right, and it's at the very end. You can't miss it. It's a big orchard.
Okay.
Alrighty.
I think we're all set.
Yeah. I pick up the kobold from the counter and place him back on the ground.
Whee!
Well, if he was up on the counter, then he wouldn't have been bending down. But yeah,
Yeah, I know.
Yep. I totally forgot he was up on the counter. You say we. He says, "Well, it's nice to meet you all. I kind of wish it wasn't on such bad terms. I really hope Gundren gets home safe.
We'll do everything in our power to make that the case.
Please do. For our sakes, I surely hope you do." And he says, "Well, I've got things to do. I've got things to clean and take care of. Please just feel free to ring the bell if you need anything else, or grab one of the dwarfs." And you see the dwarfs are just, chunk, 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 chunk. They're bringing stuff in, dropping it right at the door, and going out and grabbing it from the carts. And Barthen walks around over to some of the stuff at the door, and he starts picking through it and putting it up on the empty shelves.
Okay.
Where would you guys like to go?
Well, we can check out the manor.
It's probably one of
You
these
could ask
two
him too. Yeah.
Probably one of the two big ones.
We should probably return the stuff to the Lion Shield.
I mean,
Okay, off to them. All right.
sure.
So you guys,
They're on the way to Miners Exchange anyways.
Yeah.
So
You guys get to the center of town. It's really easy to tell the Stonehill Inn. It's got a big grand sign, probably the biggest sign you've seen in your life, Keo. It's about 4 foot tall,
Yeah.
and it's hanging on chains between these beams. It's a very large sign. It's well constructed.
Is it?
Yeah.
Too bad I'm not playing that character.
Yeah, I know, right? And then in the north part of the center of town, there's a shrine amongst some rubble. So there's like a rubble outcropping. Yep. And then a shrine of some lady inside of this circle of rubble. At the south end is the Lion Shield Coster, and you can't miss that as well. It's got a nice big sign.
Second biggest sign I've ever seen.
Yeah, no, it's not the biggest. I guess it's pretty big. It's about 3 foot wide, and it goes about 3 foot. It's a square sign. Right in the dead center of the sign is a very well crafted painting of a shield, a blue shield with a golden lion on the shield. The shield looks very realistic, and then underneath it, there's writing in common saying the Lion Shield Coster.
As we walk past the shrine, do I notice that from previous travels? That'd be history of 15? Or, no, sorry.
It'd be religion.
Religion?
Yep.
Same thing. Okay, so 15.
15? Yep. You would recognize this as Timora.
Okay. Yep. As we walk past it, I'm just gonna... Is there an offering bowl at the shrine?
Yeah, sure. There's just a very carved out wooden bowl.
I'm just gonna put 5 copper pieces in there.
Okay. Absolutely. There's also a town green just to the west of this shrine, and there's kids playing in there. They're playing Ring Around the Rosie and Red Rover and all those fun childhood games.
I'm like, look, it's halflings.
Yeah. And there's people bustling about the streets. A lot of the people you're seeing are human and dwarven sets of people. A lot of people with mining equipment. This is kind of like a gold rush town, almost. That's the kind of feel that you you would get from it. You get up to the Lion Shield Coster. You enter this area, and inside there's a lady, and she is talking to a certain dwarf. They're talking, and it's kind of getting to be almost a heated argument.
I say, Gundren, I thought you were kidnapped.
And he looks back at you, and he's, I'm sorry, lizard folk. I think you got me mistaken for somebody else.
I look real confused for a minute. Maybe.
I'm certain. And he turns back, and he says, "What do you mean it's gonna cost me 4 gold? That's a week worth of wages. Nope, I'll go talk to Barthen." She says, wait. Times are tough. I haven't gotten a shipment of anything late. How about the best I could do is 3 gold pieces, 5 silver pieces. Prices are high. He spits in his hand and he puts it out to shake the woman's hand. She looks disgusted at him, but she shakes the hand after spitting into it. And
150 copper. About tree fake.
and she pulls out a few provisions and like loads them into the dwarf's hand, and he kind of like does his dwarven swagger out of the coster, and he disappears into the streets.
I'm gonna spit into my hand. I'm gonna stick it out and say, "Hi, I'm Keo. I think we might be able to help you."
she does, yeah, it just spit just kind of like hangs from her hand or from your hand, and she kind of just is like, and she spits in her hand. She doesn't wipe it from the previous time. She just spits in her hand, and she slaps it, and just a big wet slap into your little tiny palm. Mm-hmm. And there is a lot of spit, like a lot of human spit.
People are weird.
Yeah, her hand like clasps around yours and shakes it, and she says, "Well, lizard."
Now I look at my hand like it's kind of gross. I press to digitize it clean.
And she perks her eyebrow and she says, "Now, what are you looking to help me with?" And you're looking around this shop, mm-hmm. and it is bare. Like imagine like all of these shelves, like 4 shelves high, wrapping all around this like large open space, and there's small aisles going through the space with 4 shelves. Everything is bare bones. There's like, you can count like 6 things on the shelves. Mm-hmm. It is completely empty. And she says, "What do you think you can help me with?"
We were in this cave and we found some boxes.
Boxes?
Yeah.
Okay. What were in these boxes?
I don't know. They're not our boxes.
Well, they're not your boxes. Whose boxes are they then?
You should know.
Why should I know, lizard folk?
Why does everybody keep calling me lizard folk?
Well, you're a lizard, and you're a person.
I'm born of dragons.
So you're folk.
You, sir, are not born of dragons.
No. I seen it.
Deception check.
11.
Like she's never met a dragon
11
before.
Yeah. She eyes you. She doesn't believe you in the slightest.
Well, do you want the boxes or not?
I don't know. I have no clue what's in these boxes. What do you want for them?
Well, they aren't ours. We can't really sell them.
All right. How about this, Dragonfolk? I'll go check these boxes out, mm-hmm. and I will see to it that they reach their proper place. Can you lead me to these boxes?
Sure, they're just out front.
I turn around and start walking.
What?
We brought them with us.
You would not be able to bring them
Okay,
with you.
they're over at Barthen's.
No. Like, how much stuff was in this cave?
Oh.
It would take you days to, like, walk it all back to the...
Oh, okay, I didn't.
Yep.
Okay, so it's in the cave.
Yes, even with a bag of holding.
I'm sorry. I tell her it's in the cave. It's in this cave. I draw I pull out my chalk and I start drawing like on the floor.
Yeah, in the dirt.
Well,
they're not dirt. It's a wood floor. Yeah,
it's a wood floor.
Yeah.
Anyways, I take my piece of chalk and I start drawing out a map of the area.
She sighs.
And then I draw a cave, and then I draw boxes with the line shield symbol on them.
She goes
right there.
That's my symbol.
That's why we're here.
Why didn't you say something, Dragon Folk?
I've been saying.
Okay. So you found my goods.
We would assume.
Well, they had my symbol on them, right? Well,
Finders keepers.
Yeah.
They're our goods now.
They're most likely mine, or at least they're the costers.
Yeah.
Well, see, I've not received a shipment. I've been ordering, and shipments have not been coming.
This cave was filled.
Why do you keep ordering if you're not getting it?
Because I'm not getting it. The coster says they help their franchises. I've been struggling.
Well, the cave is probably big, and it's filled to the brim with boxes.
Don't mind the dead goblins.
Yeah. Goblins? Were they raiding my goods?
Well, they were trying to raid Barthen's goods, so...
Appears to be.
Alright. Well, do you think I can find my way back there with a team of people?
Yeah. Fairly easy.
It's completely safe.
You just go...
The one trap.
You go to the Tribor Trail, take a left.
He disarmed one, and then you disarmed one.
Right? Yep. You go up to the Tribor Trail, take a left, go to where there's the dead horses and burnt goblin corpses. And then you take a right.
Okay.
And you just follow the trail. Watch out for pit traps and stuff.
Okay.
And it's in a cave by a creek.
Mm-hmm. All right. Sure. Well, tell you what. When I get back,
it's right here on the map.
If these provisions are there, and they're what you say they are, mine, I would give you 50 gold pieces for a finder's fee. Would that be acceptable?
Yeah.
All right.
It's more than generous. Even our stuff.
50 apiece?
No, sir. No.
Just clarifying the terms of the agreement.
Yep. Nope. I fully understand. Nope. Okay. Well, if it will probably be a while, a couple of days. I've got to secure some people to help and to protect. The woods are awfully wild, as you probably know. Mm-hmm. So, if it is what you say it is, I'll be ready to pay you in about 2 days. The end of the second day would be the best.
Well, we are adventurers for hire, and I'm sure a couple of our friends would go with you.
Oh,
we could be the hired help that helps you protect the way back here. If you increase the finder's fee.
And we're not doing anything.
Do we still have the carts? Are those ours?
No, I don't think we got to keep
they're Barthen's.
Oh, we're Barthen's, not Gundren's. Okay.
So we are going to need carts.
Well,
or wagons.
It wouldn't be bad to have the people who found it take me there. I don't want to offend you, but I still would feel comfortable bringing a group of my people as well. As you probably understand, I can't be going off with strangers.
Okay. Some of my best adventures were going off with strangers.
Okay. Here's what I'll do. I will give you for 2 days. I will give you 4 silver pieces each.
Which is not even enough to cover food.
It is more than enough for what. It's more than what I pay my folks.
Will you be feeding us?
Nope. You gotta understand, I'm running a business and I'm dying here. I'm on some of my last coin.
Providing our own food for most of the trip.
Doesn't seem worth our time.
Well, I mean, it's 8 gold. Or,
No, 8 silver.
yeah, but 50. Oh, wait, yeah, she's paying
8
us either
silver.
way. Yeah. Okay, yeah, so it's just a losing adventure.
Yeah, no, that's bad.
No?
All right, you have to find your own help.
Okay. No problem there. I've got people on retainer.
That costs money, you know. You should trim your business costs.
That's money that's already spent. That's already spent money, though. So
Yeah.
you know, if they're already on retainer, then she doesn't have to pay them for the trip.
She thinks about that and she says, I might have to consider my business agreements differently when I get back. Hopefully what's there is what you say is there. And she says, okay, meet me here on the end of the 2nd day, 2 days from now. Or just come back when we open on the 3rd day.
Thank you for listening.
Cool.
Let us know what you think in the comments, and please subscribe. For more on Roll with Advantage, check out dmstable.com. The music you heard on this podcast is brought to you by the fine people at incompetech.com. We hope you enjoyed Roll with Advantage.